What's up, winners? This is a fun video with a bit of analysis and footage of Meghan with the claw keeping a hold of Harry's hand. So let's check it out, and I have some interesting stuff to talk about right here.
Newsflash, it's not normal for royals to show any kind of PDA. Someone should have told Meghan and Harry that. Body language expert Jess Ponce III breaks down why the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are always holding hands. Funerals are always difficult to get through, which have presumably been the family for extended bouts of time.
I'm interested to hear what Miss Jessica Ponce III has to say. Having the third in a name is always cool. Now that I think about it, I would say it's very simple. Ownership and narcissism, and we'll go into those a little bit more.
Charged atmosphere, but they have to do it with the entire world. They were the only royal couple to hold hands during the procession on September 14th, 2022, and were previously seen linking fingers during their walkabout outside Windsor Castle on September 10th, 2022. Jess Ponce III, body language expert, media coach, and author of Awesome, tells the list. Ponce suggests that since they've been out of the royal spotlight for a while, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex may be relying on each other a bit more than the rest.
I think that's a load of nonsense. There is something I'll say with body language expertise. I'm not saying Jess Ponce III is right or wrong or what have you. There's a lot of disagreement about what this is. Like, there's not a specific credential for being a body language expert. I believe hands-on experience is one of the most important things. I had one crazy person saying like, oh, you were in sales, blah, blah, blah. That's one of the best ways to learn body language, when you're working with people where you're actually testing, like, am I right, am I wrong? Were my thoughts right or wrong? And reading people. By the way, there's a really big person, I'm not going to say who is huge, like one of the big experts you all probably know, or it's probably not who you think it is, who has falsified their credentials, by the way.
The Windsor clan at the moment. Ponce went on to add, holding hands is a sign of connection, intimacy, and security.
Yeah, see, again, sometimes these things, it's like if you took a body language class in college, at least in the US. For example, if you take like a public speaking class, I took one where they taught us to say, thank you at the end of every speech, introduce yourself before you talk, all these things that are academic but don't actually work very well. Anyways, here's my thoughts on it. It's possessive, it's psychotic. The way Meghan would hold Harry's hand and always control it. We use our eyes, right? And I am going to criticize this Jess Ponce guy because he's wrong. He's wrong. And it's annoying when people say they're experts, but they just say these really simplistic things like, oh, people hold hands when they like each other. It's like, no kidding, thanks. Like, just, it's like if you read something in like a infotainment website. I don't know if you know what those are. They just like have these silly, very shallow articles. Anyways, nothing about that. Is we can see us where we look through the surface on this channel that, again, it's Meghan controlling Harry, and then I'll say about the narcissism.
Married couples hold hands for intimacy, but in the wake of Queen Elizabeth II's heartbreaking death.
Let's compare, right? It's taking away Harry's independence. Because again, Meghan grabs the hand and let goes whenever she wants. But here's what I think even more. Now that I thought about it, narcissism. Because Princess Catherine, it took her time, I believe, to be more in the spotlight, which she did not seek. She had a good character. If you are following the royals, you're going to notice the born-in royal, future king like William, or the, I guess, spare Harry, as he calls himself, first, and be like, oh, that's the other person walking. Meghan, by attaching herself to him like a leech or a tick, the tick, which seems sort of in line with her character, is always there. So you could never get a shot of Harry away from her, right? So when there's a camera and she's not holding hands, she's in the middle. She always makes sure there's more space on either side of her than anybody else. Clearly planned, clearly learned. And then when Harry would be by himself, or at least have some separation, she's tigged onto him. All right, thank you. Again, yeah, that's nonsense. This is infotainment. Thanks for watching, everybody.